Four monumentalist buildings in poetry and prose. Tempelhof Airport, Berlin. Built by the Nazi in-house architect Ernest Sagabiel as part of Hitler and Speer's grand plan for a nationalist monumentalist architecture for their vision of Germania, their evil vision. Tempelhof has had a very disparate history between the two extreme poles of a symbol of Hitler's total evil and the slightly later location of a force for good. So, in 1948, in the Berlin airlift, the Allied forces' Raisin bombers dropped essential supplies into Tempelhof Airport when the Soviets severed the road link to West Berlin, stranded as it was about 100 miles into the Soviet sector by one single carriageway each way road corridor. So it's a symbol, this airport, of unspeakably hideous oppression and of a humanitarian mission, and inhabits a very complex, disparate space. After a heyday in the 1960s and early 1970s when it was used for long-distance jet flights, it then became a US airbase until 1990 when it was, quote, reopened to commercial traffic. I use that reopened advisedly, seeing a gradual decline and dwindling in usage until it closed in 2008 October. At the end, the flights numbered the measly 12 or 13 per day, not an hour, per day, short-haul propeller plane business flights. Many pictures of this gigantic building, the third largest in acreage in the whole world after the Pentagon and Ceausescu's palace, exist on the internet. I failed sadly to take any myself, not realizing the significance of this building whilst in Berlin. But from these photographs, its most enduring architectural features to me are, because the building itself is fully extant, being a World Heritage Site, the cavernous vast departure lounge, usually almost totally empty in the pictures, the mysterious underground tunnels, now the subject of the ending of a book by D.B.C. Pierre, which were filled with extremely unpleasant secrets, the subject of part of this recent novel by D.B.C. Pierre, Lights Out in Wonderland, and the videos on YouTube of its last flights in 2008. That's not architecture so much, but very moving. The last flights from this airport with the most complex and contradictory evil and force for good yet history. But Tempelhof had to sink into commercial air desuetude. It was a symbol of a corrupt evil regime, much as King Leopold's giganticist Antwerp Central Railway Station, as described in Sebald's Austerlitz, was a symbol of the corrupt, genocide-causing Belgian Empire. Nonetheless, there is the ineffable complex feeling engendered by its reincarnation. One can't say redemption because that evil was totally unredeemable at the site, as the site for humanitarian aid via the Berlin airlift. So that's the complex picture and history of Tempelhof. My poem about Flughafen Tempelhof, Tempelhof Airport. Flughafen Tempelhof, Tempelhof Airport, symbol of Nazi evil and human succor, opposites evil and good. In my dreams I visit your lost airstrip, echoing empty tunnels, the little cafe with the red espresso cups, the empty flight desks, the luggage travelator with no luggage, 12 flights per day. A dying, memory-ridden, deeply compromised beer moth, monster, then saviour, Tempelhof.